Chris Mannix here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Chris?
Good, Rich. How you doing?
What was it like to see this?
It was wild. I had one of my first, broadcasting, eat your words moments. I was sitting there, and I've done a lot of Joshua fights, and I think he's a terrific finisher. So when he put Ruiz down, and I'm sure you can relate to this, I said, Anthony Joshua is a composed and ferocious finisher. Watch this. And then he got knocked down. So, not my finest moment as a broadcaster, but certainly, you mentioned Buster Douglas, and I wrote about that a little bit. Buster Douglas, Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Asim Rahman. These are kind of moments that you remember, not necessarily where you were, but, how they unfolded. And this is one of those moments. We're all going to kind of remember this as one of the great upsets in boxing history.
Well, so how did he do it, Chris? I know that he's obviously an unknown, a relative unknown who's known for sucking his gut in during the weigh-in more than anything else before this fight. Who is this guy?
Well, there are some scorchingly hot bad takes coming in about what Andy Ruiz is. He's not Butterbean. He's not just some club fighter. This is a guy that Top Rank Bob Arum invested a lot of time and money in early in his career. He had a great amateur record, and the only loss on his pro resume was to Joseph Parker. That was in a heavyweight championship fight, and he lost by the skin of his teeth. So he came in as a pretty accomplished guy. All that being said, he was a heavy underdog for a reason, because he'd never fought a fighter that had the power that Anthony Joshua had. That's why when he was put on the deck, so many people, myself included, obviously, thought Joshua was going to go in for the finish. And Andy Ruiz showed something he had never had to show in his professional career, an ability to take a big shot, recover, and give a big shot back. There certainly are questions about Anthony Joshua's chin after something like this, but I think first and foremost, it's about Andy Ruiz's heart and his ability to recover from a knockdown.
Well, and Chris Mannix here on the Rich Eisen Show. It's not. Look, it's far be it from me to question anybody's heart too. Certainly, since you just put on the gloves, and that takes heart to begin with. All that said, it was kind of bizarre how Anthony Joshua didn't completely flip out after he was counted out, and then was seen smiling, taking pictures with the guy who just beat him. Did you find his post-loss reaction odd, Chris?
I found it odd, not as odd as maybe the casual observer of Anthony Joshua would. He's just kind of a very aloof guy, and he doesn't kind of fit the Mike Tyson mold of this assassin, or even Lennox Lewis or Vladimir Klitschko. He just never has fit that mold. In the build-up to the fight, at the press conference, Joshua let Ruiz try on his belts, put them on his shoulder and take pictures with them. I hadn't seen that happen before, in boxing. It just kind of fits his personality. The other part of it is, and I've learned this in the last 48 hours, he was pretty badly concussed after that. The shots he took, they left him worse for wear. So any kind of, days that he might have been in and whatever his personality was, I think the fact that he took such a pretty savage beating has something to do with it.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.